Dragon's Interest. So this is a Kickstarter. It arrived actually today. It was originally slated to get here April 2020, so it's not quite a year behind.
That's actually not bad for a Kickstarter.
So not too horribly bad. All said and done, this game was $64, $55 for the actual game, $9 for shipping, but it did include the metal coins upgrade. So the TMG is the people that
Tasty Minstrel Games. It's a company that used to back all the time, but I stopped once it got to Hintace because I was very disappointed because they call them deluxified games, but they were putting stickers in for everything, and that was really a big disappointment in my eyes.
Yeah, we know you don't like stickers.
Exactly. And that's why this is a company I stopped backing. I was surprised when this showed up because I was like, I didn't know we ordered this. So
this game is a bidding game. I think that's really
the main mechanic of it.
The main mechanic of it. So let's jump into quality of pieces. So you have wooden shaped knights.
They're in two denominations. You have ones and fives.
How do you tell they're knights?
I'm not sure how you can make it that shape to be a knight. Maybe if it was kind of like I guess the cape is off to the left and it's got its...
Oh, it's an axe.
Is it an axe?
This more looks like a wizard because it's more like a staff than a...
I don't know. They call it knights. They're wearing copper and silver armor, apparently.
Okay. Still don't know what the shape is about. Then you have the cardboard screens were actually fairly nice. They did have purple, which is an automatic win for me. Purple Princess. And then they had some standees, one for the dragon, one for the mountain.
Yeah, the mountain's completely superfluous as far as I can tell. There's nothing in the rules about what you would do with it, so it just sits in the middle of the table.
Yeah, and then you've got the cardboard tiles for their buildings that you're building. And then the card quality, they did have some texture.
Yeah, they're not bad.
They're not bad.
The cards are one of the nicer components considering it's a Kickstarter. I mean, these are pretty good.
Yeah, and then they had this really cool box. I actually really do like this box.
Yeah, the
box
has got a magnetic seal. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, so you got the box, and then, like I said, we got the metal coin upgrade because...
Yeah, I was disappointed in the metal coins, though, because the only one that's actual coin sized is the 10, and then they go smaller from there. The 5s aren't horrible, but the 1s, they're just not good.
Yeah, if you got hand gripping issues, don't
the 1 is tiny, and it's not even coin shaped, but which isn't horrible, but at least make it big enough. I mean, that's...
Yeah, well, the thing is I love the design of the coins. I even like the shape of the coins. It's just they're so small, they are hard to grip. And if you have, people that do have gripping issues, there's no way that they can play this.
But here's the real kicker. We had to pay shipping for this, and the coins, which... There's a few over there, but they can stack into that big of a pile. They came in this box. There is no reason they needed to be in this box. This box could have been that big and shipped fine inside the other box, and you wouldn't have had an issue. But instead, we had to pay shipping to have them ship this giant box for the number of coins.
To be fair, it was $9 for all of the shipping, so it really was...
But still... That's wasteful. I mean, there's no reason for that.
It is very wasteful. I didn't really understand that either. So quality of pieces, I think they actually did okay for a Kickstarter. With the upgrades of these bowls were actually...
Yeah, those are from a different game. That was from our
rivals. Arch rivals, yeah, Ravels. What would you give it?
As far as the quality, I'm probably going to give it a 7. I mean, it's.
I really like the box.
The box is nice. The coins
are just too small.
Are neat shaped, but they're just too small.
Yeah, if they were
card quality's good.
If they were bigger, I'd definitely go for an 8. But because they're so small, I just can't. It's really hard to grip. Moving on to theme. The theme is basically you're taking loans from the dragon, and the dragon's going to come back for interest. Okay. So basically what you bid, so you have a set of...
Is this a theme or gameplay?
Well, it's a little bit of gameplay. You're borrowing interest from the dragon, and the dragon comes back and collects over the course of the game the interest, and about whether you can play it or not. And then you're trying to take that money and earn enough money to be able to pay off the interest is the theme. The theme is actually what attracted me to this game. I love dragons, hence, being Dragon Mother. And then I love economic games. I should have read a little bit more. But for theme, I actually like the theme. What did you think about the theme?
It's okay. I mean, I don't understand why a dragon would be doing banking deals with, like...
Hello, it has a dragon horn. It's got a bunch of money. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but dragons don't like to give up money. So...
Exactly. He comes around every round and expecting payment.
They should have had a shark. It's a loan sharking operation, so it should be a shark going around, not a dragon.
No, I'm totally fine with the dragon.
I would have been better with a shark. It would have made more thematic sense.
No. I'm totally fine with the dragon. The dragon wants his money, and you ain't gonna fight off the dragon. So...
I'm not gonna fight off a shark either.
Well, the dragon can actually get to you in the city as long as the shark can't get to you in.
Land shark.
All right. So what'd you rate it?
I didn't yet.
Oh, well then rate it.
Okay, I guess I will rate it. As far as theme, I'll give it a 7.
I'll give it an 8 because I really like dragons, and they did have purple. So, moving on to rules. How are the rules?
The rules are pretty simplistic. I mean, it's not a complex game, and they're pretty thin. There's a couple typos I found in it, but nothing horrible. The rules are a total of 8 pages with cover and back with the final scoring cheat sheet. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. The hardest part was just trying to understand. I was reading thinking there was more to it the whole time, and I'm like, really? That's all there is? And particularly with the actions of the different buildings, because they have iconography, and I'm like, they're all the same thing. They're just changing up the combination of whether you're using money or knights as a denomination. So it took me a little bit reading back through it to make sure I was understanding correctly that it's basically you have 2 denominations, A and B. So it's you gain A, you give A, you gain A, and you give B, you gain B, you give A, you gain B, and you give B. Those are the 4 combinations you got. I mean, that's really all there is. So I was expecting more, and I kept reading through it to make sure I wasn't missing something, but that's literally all it was.
So, rules. Give a score.
I'll give them an 8 because you really couldn't go too wrong on it because there just wasn't enough in there to make it more difficult. There's 8 pages.
Yeah.
6 really.
So, moving on to gameplay. So, the gameplay is you have your own deck of cards based on the character you choose, which
all cards are the same.
All the cards are the same. And then you bid each round, okay? And based on the bid is who gets to go first. The first player picks the building that they want, and then they put that bid underneath.
But they get the income value on the building. That
yeah, so like this one has 7, so I'd get 7 money. I'd place it down. But
at that point, she's played a 5, so she would have a loan of $5 that she's going to have to keep paying.
Keep paying. Okay, so but I only gained 7. So this is my biggest problem with the game is that every time the dragon goes around, you're going to have to pay that 5. You only got 7 for that building. Like you're going to be you are going to lose money, and it's almost about ending the game as quickly as possible. It feels like more than it is trying to build anything. I wish that if like the dragon went by and you paid the dragon back and then it went away, like I would have been fine with that. But the continuous thing have to pay just drove me nuts. It's something that ain't me. I don't like it. Not a huge fan of bidding components anyway, so this game was not for me.
I didn't mind it nearly as much as you did. I thought the bidding was a neat aspect to it, and if you planned it correctly, you could set it up such that you didn't have to pay for quite a while, and the goal is to try to drive one of the other players broke before then, or to claim 10 buildings, and once you've got 10 buildings, the game ends, or someone has 10 buildings. It doesn't really matter who. But if you're not the one that has 10 buildings and the game ends that way, you're probably not going to win. Because the person who's got the most buildings in each category is going to get the points. And you get a point for each color that you have. So there's not a lot of points to score in this because you get basically, with 3 players, which was what we played, which is the minimum, it's 3 to 5 player game, you're going to get 1 point per color, so a max of 5, and 1 point for each category you have the most in, which is probably going to be 2 or 3, because you're not going to be able to get most in every category, most likely.
Dad did.
Well, we didn't.
He got
most.
He got 3 out of 5.
Right, that's what I said, 2 or 3. That's the most you're going to probably get. So it's not like you're going to score a lot of points in this game. You're probably going to get a max of like 8 or 9 at the most.
Yeah, we got 2. Dad got 8.
And and apart from that, you have all these coins that look pretty, and all these knights. They don't mean squat, other than as tiebreakers. So I had a ton of coins. I was ready for that dragon to come over and tax me. Didn't matter because the game ended and I had no points.
Yeah, there's just I feel like it's almost like a waste. You have these knights, they don't do anything. You have this money that doesn't really do anything, and you're constant in a loop of having to pay the dragon. It's for me, it's almost too stressful. This was not enjoyable because it was just so stressful. If I have to worry about bill payers, I got that enough in my real life. I don't need to add that in my gaming.
I'm used to paying the bills, so it doesn't bother me so much. But no, actually, I did like the bidding aspect, the planning of the money. The problem is I didn't plan well about the buildings at all, because and that's where all the points are scored. So the thing is each turn after the bidding portion, the second half of the portion involves this box, because you're going to put in a trigger one of the buildings, which is where you get an income for that building based upon the number of accumulated tiles you've made for that building type. And then based upon the rules of that, you're either going to put coins or knights in here as a bid to take a building from another player. And they have the option of giving you the building, or they can match your bid and give it back to you, and then they get to claim one of your buildings. And that's where the problem lies for me, is no matter what, I kept just getting my money back or getting something with it. Doubling my money. I very rarely got a building. I think I got one from you at the beginning, and that was it. And your dad just kept taking them all. And I was hopeful that I could drive him broke, because if the dragon had reached his place where he actually had bid, he probably would have. He was pretty much down to nothing because I had all the money.
Yeah, but he ended the game just in time, yes, and therefore
he did the
won
right
the game.
thing. Yeah, but I mean, it's a strategy game as far as managing your money and when you're going to bid it and when you're going to keep it, and trying to keep it and take the buildings from the other players. I can respect that. I don't really enjoy it.
So give it a score.
As far as gameplay, I'm going to probably give this one a 6, because 5 is our Catan. I think because it's short and it doesn't overstay its welcome, I could probably say I would enjoy this slightly more than Catan as far as the gameplay. Very slightly. It would be a borderline 5,
5.5 is really where it's at.
It's somewhere in there, yes. But I don't think it's a horribly designed game. I don't think it's a bad game. It's just not one that is in our purview of what we prefer.
Yeah, no, I didn't enjoy this game at all.
I would never have known based upon the constant complaints and the texts that you were sending out during it.
It's really bad. As soon as I heard the rules, I just knew this one wasn't for me. And then when we started playing, it just went downhill from there.
She's the one who bought it.
I know. I should have read more about it. I do not like this more than Catan by any stretch of the imagination. I actually enjoy Catan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to give this a 3.
Wow, that's way lower than Catan.
Because I really don't like this game.
But I mean, it's not broken. The game it is playable. It's definitely playable.
Yes, it is playable.
It's not like there's when we played Bees and we found some holes that we felt like were in the rules.
Bees was worse than this.
Yeah, and
what did I get Bees?
I think it was about that range.
Okay, well then there you go.
Yeah, I don't think this is Bees level as far as what our opinions were of it. I know a lot of people love Bees. Don't hate on us because we don't agree with you, but that doesn't change. I mean, if you enjoy Bees, more power to you. I'm not gonna go down that road.
You might like
this game too. It might be right up your alley too. I'm just saying it isn't one that we prefer to play. But I can understand someone might like this because it is kind of a cutthroat bidding game, and it's a short one. It's not something like there are bidding games that are more cutthroat that you have to wait a long time. The game takes a while. This one is not that. It's over in 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean it is short. That's its only saving grace. I can't rate it any higher because I really didn't enjoy it. I do think that a certain person might like this game. It's not a broken game. It is not that they didn't do it well. I just personally did not enjoy this game. And I didn't have fun. And so at the end of the day, that's really what games are about. And it was almost more stressful. It was more stressful than it was fun. And that's what made me lose it. Although I do like this box.
Is that going to become a jewelry box?
The box and the coin.
I'm
gonna have a treasure
jewelry
chest.
out of this.
I'm gonna have a treasure chest.
These would actually function better as earrings than they do coins.
So, but thank you guys so much for joining us. We really, it was fun talking to you guys today. we really appreciate hanging out with you. If you would like to hang out with us some more, don't forget the subscribe button and the notification bell. We'd love to see you guys again. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.